Welcome to Ghosts of the Cotswolds. The Cotswolds is an area of outstanding natural beauty in the south of England, in the United Kingdom, famous for its gentle rolling hills, picturesque villages and market towns, and many of England's greatest stately homes and manor houses, but it is also home to some of the most haunted places in England. Millions of people from all over the world visit the Cotswolds to soak in the gorgeous honey-toned limestone buildings from a bygone age. But there is much more to the Cotswolds than genteel landscapes and beautiful buildings. As we will discover in this series, this region is home to an unusually high volume of paranormal activity. Much of it may look like something from a fairy tale, but we're here to share stories from the darker side of the Cotswolds. The area is abound with ghostly tales we will explore, from apparitions of kings and noble lords, all the way through to the terror of murderous butlers and headless horsemen. The time has come for you to journey with us to explore Ghosts of the Cotswolds. In this episode, we will be exploring what is said to be one of the most haunted towns in the Cotswolds, Stow-on-the-Wold. High on the windswept hilltops of the northern Cotswolds lies a town where time seems to stand still, and sometimes even the dead refuse to move on. This is Stow-on-the-Wold, market town, battleground, and, if local whispers are to be believed, a gathering place for ghosts. Founded by Norman lords in the 11th century, Stow was born from blood and stone, its name meaning holy place on the hill. But its roots stretch even deeper, to Iron Age tribes and Roman roads that still cut beneath the earth. Stow stood at the crossroads of the Fosse Way, a Roman route that once pulsed with legions and merchants. In medieval times, it became a thriving wool town, its market square the largest in the region, echoing with the cries of traders, herders, and the condemned. But not all who came to Stow left. The English Civil War brought fire and blood to these quiet lanes, and some say the echoes of that violence have never faded. This is a town of ancient inns and twisted alleyways, of tree-framed doors that may lead to other worlds, and of whispers in the night that no one can quite explain. Beneath the picturesque charm lies a region steeped in centuries of conflict, loss, and mystery, and the ghosts that history leaves behind. St. Edward's Church and the Battle of Stow. St. Edward's Church has stood here for centuries, a silent witness to the ebb and flow of time. But it is not merely the place of worship it appears to be. Look closer, and you'll see the door that inspired legends far beyond this town. Locals say this is the very door that inspired J.R.R. Tolkien's Doors of Durin in The Lord of the Rings. It is easy to see why a portal framed by trees older than the church itself. Yet beyond this fairy tale image lies a far darker tale. In March of 1646, Stow-on-the-Wold became the site of the final battle of the English Civil War in the region. Royalist forces, weary and outnumbered, made their final stand against parliamentarian troops. The cobbled streets ran red with blood, and Digbeth Street echoed with the cries of the wounded and dying. Over 1,000 Royalist soldiers, in a desperate attempt to survive, sought refuge in St. Edward's Church. Trapped and cornered, they surrendered within these sacred walls. Some say that their spirits never left. Visitors have reported sudden chills, a presence lingering in the air, and faint whispers in the stillness. One tale speaks of a spectral soldier, his uniform tattered, kneeling in prayer at the altar forever, seeking forgiveness. And on Digbeth Street, passers-by have claimed to hear the ghostly clash of swords, the muffled tramp of boots, and the low moan of the wounded. As night descends, the past walks again. Next we have the Chapel Street Poltergeist. Not all hauntings in Stow are relics of war. In the early 1960s, one family experienced a terror that defied explanation, a case that would become one of Britain's most baffling poltergeist hauntings. Stanley and Nancy Pethick, along with their son David, lived an ordinary life. But their peace was shattered when strange events began to unfold. Some speculated it was a spirit of someone wronged, others feared something more malevolent. Water would mysteriously pool in rooms. Rapping sounds echoed through the house, and disembodied voices whispered in the dark. Investigators and clergy were called, but no cause was ever found. To this day, the Chapel Street poltergeist remains unsolved, a chilling reminder that the paranormal does not always belong to the distant past. Now we will explore the Porch House. Nestled in the heart of Stow stands the Porch House, reputedly England's oldest inn, with roots stretching back to 947 AD. Over the centuries, it has welcomed kings, merchants, and weary travelers. Some of them, it seems, never left. Guests have reported spectral figures appearing in the dead of night, footsteps echoing down empty corridors, and the sudden, unshakable feeling of being watched. One apparition, a woman in old-fashioned garb, is said to drift silently through the halls, vanishing into thin air. Staff have experienced glasses shattering with no cause, and furniture moved from its place overnight. What lingers in the Porch House? Echoes of a bygone era, or spirits tied to the inn by some unfinished tale? Ghosts of the Market Square. The Market Square, once bustling with traders, now sleeps under a veil of silence at night. But for some, the stillness is deceptive. Spectral figures have been seen drifting among the market stalls, and an unseen presence has been felt near the old stocks. Some say the spirit of a wrongfully punished man returns here, his sorrow etched into the very stones. Others speak of a headless figure wandering the square, seeking something lost long ago. As the fog rolls in and the night deepens, the veil thins. Stow-on-the-Wold is a town where the past is always present, where every shadow might conceal a story, and every step might echo with the tread of the unseen. Join us next time as we explore more haunted histories from ghosts of the Cotswolds.